But the FAFSA is an interesting form. I think sometimes parents don't complete it correctly. Have you ever done one of these, Mike? Have you done these for your kids, or is your oldest 16?
No, he's almost 18, but he really has no interest in going to college. He wants maybe
Okay.
trades or something like that. So, and I never did one myself. So,
Okay.
I am not the most helpful resource when it comes to this type of stuff.
I know enough to be dangerous, and in a way, thank goodness for ChatGPT. I asked it a couple of questions, and I came up with these terms that I didn't know had changed. But anyway, but for the FAFSA, and I put the website there in that banner, studentaid.gov/ whatever. It'll show up. Apply for aid/FAFSA. It's generally straightforward, but I do believe that some people will complete it incorrectly. And one of the things that ends up being incorrect is that we include certain assets that don't have to be included. So the FAFSA exempt assets are IRS qualified retirement plans. If you have a pension plan, you have a 401k plan, anything like that, those assets are exempt. You don't need to disclose them. So let's suppose that you work for a large public company, and that company you have a bunch of stock in, and it's in your 401k, and the FAFSA asks for stock, what your stock holdings are. You don't have to disclose that because that stock is held in your 401k. But yet, I think we might have a tendency to want to disclose that because it asks for that information. So knowing where your assets are held and positioned is going to be helpful. Other assets that are generally exempt is non-qualified annuities. And that means that it's an annuity. It's not an IRA. It's not a 401k or anything else. It's a separate annuity that you bought with after-tax dollars. That money does not have to count. It's considered a retirement asset. Cash value life insurance is also a non-included asset. You don't have to disclose that one. And most of the time, home equity values. So if you have equity in your home, you have a couple $100,000 of equity in your home, you do not have to disclose it. However, I think that private schools do look at that. So I think there's usually something that happens there with private schools. You still do the FAFSA, but they might have their own form and such. And I think they might include that as part of the financial aid calculation.